Hi, everybody. Happy Tuesday night. Thanks so much for taking the time to join Joy and myself. I'm Tracy Flintoff, Joy Markham, and we've got something for you tonight pretty special. We've put together our usual introduction on this amazing technology, and then we're going to go into question and answer after that, about a 30-minute timeline. And then after that, you are welcome to join us and stay on for our deep dive topic. And tonight's deep dive is looking at why so many people are looking and using LifeWave patches. And so I'm going to turn it all over to Joy. Oops, I'm sorry, Joy. I muted you too. You could just unmute yourself.
Okay, so you are running slides, Trace?
I will run the slides for you.
Okay.
Yes.
Yep, my name is Joy Markham. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. And like Tracy said, we're going to talk to you about technology that helps our body heal itself. And so let's see here. Sorry, little technical things. So I just want to say thank you for coming. This is a groundbreaking technology called phototherapy. It works via photobiomodulation in the body to help your body be signaled what it needs to do to increase energy, enhance your focus, boost performance, and heal and have health and wellness. Next slide, please.
Oops. One moment.
So you might recognize these two gentlemen. They actually were above their time and were major inventors, and we utilize a lot of their technology that they created previously. And Albert Einstein said that the future of medicine is frequency, and these patches actually help our body with frequency and to change our system's frequency so that it's signaled and gives us the directions to actually do different things. Thomas Edison, he actually said that we would be focused on prevention rather than actually utilizing medicine or pharmaceuticals. And next slide, please. We are innately able to heal. Our bodies know how to heal themselves, but we have so many different things in our environment, and also that we have been given through the 14 generations of epigenetics we carry on a cellular level, that cause our bodies to be confused and not know the directions of how to heal itself. And so these patches tell the body how to heal itself and reset a third of our DNA in the first 24 to 48 hours. I want to say Tracy and I are not medical professionals. We are not here to diagnose or treat any of your conditions. We suggest that if you have problems to consult your physician. We are just here to share our experiences and the knowledge that we have as people who are wanting other people to have good success and also be able to heal. Next slide, please. So a lot of us have used different forms of light therapy. We've had laser surgery potentially, we've used infrared saunas, we've used different units that are used when you go have a facial or for pain relief. And this is just another form of light therapy, but so much better because it utilizes the body's own light to actually signal the body what to do. Next slide, please. So when we are young, when we're newborns, we have an abundance of repair cells in our bodies, pluripotent repair cells. And as we age, By the time we've gotten to 30, 35, we've lost over half of their repair cells and they've gone into hibernation. By the time we're 60, we've lost over 90% of those. And that is why we start appearing like we're aging, our bodies start aging, and why we actually have a harder time healing. Next slide, please. So this is a patented technology. Under FDA, it's considered a wellness product. And it actually utilizes your body's light that your body emits, that's how night vision goggle works, to actually tell the body to create GHK copper peptide, which then regenerates, studies have shown, regenerates your body's stem cells. Next slide, please. Now we're going to watch a video on how these work.
Light, an ancient form of energy that goes back to the dawn of time. For us, it all begins with the sun, the source of light and life for our entire solar system. Even Einstein concluded that everything we're made of contains light. All life originates.
Yeah, it's playing. Oh, it stopped playing.
Okay, just a minute.
I muted you. It might have.
Yeah, I think that might have been.
Okay, my apologies. Sorry, everybody, for the technical difficulties.
Living creatures emit light.
Better.
Humans actually emit infrared light, which can be seen with night vision devices. We've known for centuries that light has many effects on the body. LifeWave's phototherapy patches use light to stimulate the body's natural healing systems, providing specific health benefits. Here's how the technology works. First, a patch is applied to specific points on the body. Where the patch covers the skin, infrared light emitted from the body is reflected back into the tissue. This stimulates the skin, which in turn stimulates specific regions of the brain. The brain then taps into the body's own natural flow of energy and the ability to heal itself. Let's take a look at why this is important on a cellular level. For example, a number of our patch products help counteract free radicals, oxygen molecules that damage cell proteins and contribute to visible signs of aging. When the body is stimulated through phototherapy to release its own antioxidants, these free radicals are neutralized naturally. LifeWave phototherapy patches promote an environment that enables the body to optimize its restorative powers and provide specific health benefits, all without the use of harmful drugs or chemicals, all helping you to stay healthy and young. To find out more, contact your distributor or visit lifewave.com. LifeWave. Live long, live well.
Thank you, Tracy. So I actually have dropped some different flyers in the chat for you as you continue to learn about this process. There's different things like what to expect, an order form, and different things on the patches that you can look at later. So originally, these were actually created for the U.S. Armed Forces. And then 9/11 happened, and then they ended up in the hands of athletes and more curated to athletes for their performance levels. There are some famous athletes like Tom Brady who attributes being able to go so long in the NFL to utilizing these patches and using them. Michael Phelps was wearing them when he won all of his gold medals. Serena and Venus Williams wear them. So, you know, they didn't want to share their secret sauce necessarily. So it wasn't really until more recently when the X39 patch that signals your body to bring its repair cells out that these started being marketed more towards actual individuals like us, as opposed to the athletes. Next slide, please. So what can these do for you? Well, they can give us more mental clarity. They can help us with sports performance. We've just talked about that, and attain a higher level and maximize our body. They help our skin look better. They help with energy, help with sleep. They help us have pain relief. They can help with inflammation. They support faster wound healing. I know that there's been surgeons who have seen 40% more faster healing when these patches are utilized with surgery. They also help with a variety of other things that we can talk about later if you have questions. But there's no drugs or chemicals in this. It's just a lattice work of organic amino acids, salts, and sugars that are done in different forms for the different patches. And there's no side effects. And it's an amazing technology that looks like a Band-Aid. So there's a website that's listed here, www.startx39now.com, that I would highly recommend that each of you go to. There's a whole bunch of information on this website. There's science, there's testimonials, there's videos, there's all kinds of different things that you can do with the patches, patch placement. We also have our website that we are getting up and going. That is www.teamharmonypatching.com. Is that correct, Tracey?
I know it's just harmonypatching.com.
Harmony Patching. Okay, so it's www.harmonypatching.com. Is that correct? Maybe just put it in the chat. Just put it in the chat for everybody here if they want to
do that.
So anyway, you can go to the science area of this website, and it talks about age reversal, which we're going to talk about today. That's another actual effect of the patches. I know that I'm getting younger. I keep having people tell me that I have less gray hairs now, which is interesting for me. And my skin, I have grandbabies, and people are like, what, you have grandbabies? I'm like, yes. And so anyway, there was a study that was done on cardiovascular health, and what they found after 6 weeks of people using these patches was that their age of their cardiovascular system actually reversed by 8 weeks. So instead of getting older during that 6 weeks period, 6 weeks older, they actually essentially reversed their age a total of 14 weeks. So next slide, please. They also did a study on brain health. This is a thermography of a 77-year-old woman. And you can see in session 1 how her brain has a lot of red, which signifies inflammation of the brain. It's too hot. And then you can see in session 2 where there's a lot of blue, and blue signifies cold, where her brain had kind of gone from like a pendulum from one side to the other. And then you can see in session 3 here where it's a perfectly balanced brain and it has come back to homeostasis. So, and she had been having some problems with her memory and focus and concentration, and those things came back during the study with the use of the patches. Next slide, please. So another thing that these can do is they can help greatly with sleep. So for me, when I started using the patches, I was needing 9 or 10 hours of sleep a night to just function, and or somewhat function, because I had had a brain injury. But what these ended up doing in a very short time, I would say within a week or two, I was able to wake up after 7 hours without an alarm and feel refreshed and able to go. And that was an amazing thing for me, because I had such an energy deficit all the time, and I would, I was low on functionality. These fixed the functionality of my brain. I was able to start doing all of the things. And there's several different patches that can help with sleep. I used just the X39. I now use the Alavita. Silent Night actually helps elevate melatonin. And when it's used consistently, biggest thing with the Silent Night is it has to be used consistently, and then it starts upping your body's melatonin creation. This is such an interesting thing to compare the younger version to the older version and to see how aging actually is on the same person. And when you look at that, you can see how the collagen of the skin is not working as well, and how our bodies need to continue with having collagen production, and a lot of the patches help with that. You can also see where there's a cell that is deteriorating and a healthy cell, the difference between a healthy cell and a deteriorating cell. And we as humans are constantly having our cells renew themselves. Every 28 days, we get a new set of intestines. And so we constantly are having cell die-off and then new cell creation. And we want to make sure that when we have that, we're having cell die-off at a normal rate and not at too high of a rate. And that we are also able to have good, healthy new cell creation. Next slide, please. This is our friend, Marcy Preble. She actually had 3 different types of fast-growing cells. She had breast, lymph, and skin. And her oncologist told her it was going to be the skin fast-growing cells that actually ended her, that she was, not going to very possibly make it with that. And she was sitting in a recliner and contemplating her life. And a friend of hers gave her 10 patches. And the first couple of days that she wore them, she could feel chemo start coming out of her mouth, because they detox the body. They help get rid of things that are not supposed to be in the body so that the body can function better. And then after the 10 days, she had her will back to live. And you can see the different pictures here of how transformative the patches were, and she's in remission. So next slide, this is our friend, Dr. Harmon. He actually didn't have a quick success with the patches. It took him like 8 or 9 months before he saw his first results. But look at him, look at the picture of him, where he looks like a grandpa and then he turns into a hot dude, and so much younger looking than previously. This is Mandy. And you can see how she got younger. Next slide, please. These are pictures of skin remodeling, varicose veins. This gentleman had a birthmark. This is turkey neck and cystic acne. Next slide, please. So these patches, you can use them in different ways to help with facelifts, and look at this décolletage down here, the different pictures of that and how well it actually came back to tighter skin. There's another one here, and then also hairy growth. So some more pictures, keep going. Some more pictures of people and how transformative they have been to their skin and their looks and their vibrancy and their light. This gentleman here on the right actually had fast-growing cells, had 20 surgeries for that, of the skin variety, and he is so grateful that they actually started healing, because they were not healing after he'd have surgery. He'd still have an open wound, and so the patches helped him heal. Next slide, please. They also are good for our pets. This is Brutus, our friend Terry's dog. This is 1 week of using her used patches on Brutus. And he actually was not seeing. He was on his bed and old and infirm. And after 1 week, he started following her around and could see again. You can see visibly the white eyes and the other eyes. Okay, now we have testimonials. So let's see.
Let's see, is Karen, are you on? Are you able to unmute yourself?
Can you hear me?
I
Oh,
hear
yes.
you.
Okay,
Well, thanks so
hello.
much for joining us. If you could please let everyone know what you were dealing with before these wonderful patches came into your life, and what have you experienced?
Mm, oh my goodness. Let's see, where do I start? I've been taking the patches since last year, January 11th. And the first thing that I noticed was that my energy level just came up. There wasn't, like you drink 3 cups of coffee and you're buzzing, but I just noticed that my energy level was up. And then I was having problems with my right knee. And I was even thinking about, well, maybe I should look into a knee replacement. But then I thought, no, I'm not going to. Let's see what these patches do. And now I can walk up and down the stairs. And so that's another thing that happened. And that happened like about 6 months later. And then I also, because I live sometimes in Florida, um, when I came here, I started getting a buzzing in my ear. And so the X49
Mm.
I place right back here. And there are even times when there's no buzzing at all. So I know that something is happening there. But it's also meant to block all the frequencies and the EMF signals we're getting all the time. And I live in here when I'm in Washington State, I'm in Enumclaw, and every branch of the military is up over there. So I know that probably has something to do with it, but the X49 blocks out some of that so that I can think and hear. And so that's good. Then I have my C3 and C4 just below my neck in that area. Because I'm a nurse, I've done a lot of lifting in my life. And so I recently, I go to a chiropractor to make sure everything is lined up. And so the last time I saw him, my doctor said, I said, well, Dr. Tony, how am I doing? And he said, the injury you came in with is almost non existent. So that's really good.
That's amazing.
Yeah. Yeah. Another thing is that my hair grows like a weed. When I was in Florida, I got it cut, but you wouldn't know it. And also, when I went to see my doctor in Florida, of course, you meet with the nurse. She takes your blood pressure. She looked at me and she goes, you look younger. And I smiled and she goes, what are you doing? I told her, x39.com, LifeWave x39.com. I said, I'm using a patch. And she goes, oh. So that she said, you look younger, your cheeks. I'm getting more of a lift in my cheeks. My neck is a lot smoother. Let's see what else. Oh, yes. And then my doctor looked at all my labs that were just taken. And he said, you don't even, need to think about taking Synthroid anymore because he said that my thyroid was a little sluggish. And then he looked at the values and he goes, oh, so one of the values is now completely normal. T3, yeah. So he said, you don't need to take that anymore or think about taking it because I couldn't take it. It would make me sick. So, yes. So there's a lot going on.
Oh, that's
Wow.
amazing. So
But
let me,
the one thing that I want to stress, I've had a couple of friends that started out and they were feeling better, they were getting better, and then they quit.
mm,
You, you know, Rome wasn't built in a day, as they say, and you need to be consistent.
yeah,
And that is coming from a nurse. Karen is a
Yeah,
nurse, so take her
yeah,
advice.
yeah,
yes.
yeah,
So you just can't use it for a couple of months and say, oh, um, I quit. I don't think they do anything for you, but they do.
I
But
agree with
how
you.
long did it take you to get in the condition you're in?
yeah,
Yeah, that's for
yeah,
sure. Well, thank
So
you so much, Karen, for sharing your story
So
you're
because
I
that's
just,
how we
welcome.
learn. And this company, they really can't advertise. And we need to share because it's
yeah,
the only way people will learn.
yes,
But the
for
nice
sure.
thing that I love about this is a company that could charge a lot of money for what this is doing. I mean, every big pharma company out there is trying to figure out the stem cell equation. And this
Yeah.
company, 20 years ago, started out with these patches. Only 5 years ago, did come up with the X39, and that is actually bringing back those dormant repair cells. And at retail, you get 30 of these for $149.95. We'd love to help you get them at wholesale for $99.95. And we'll talk about that in a minute. The X49, Karen was kind of talking about the EMF and some of the other things it does. It helps with bone density and boosting the metabolism, converting flab into nice, beautiful, lean muscle mass. So these two are powerful. The X39, if you were to only use one, that would be the one. But we really highly recommend you pair that initially with the Eon patch. Eon patch is often referred to as the happy patch because it's anti-stress. It puts your body into rest and digest mode, but most importantly, it's raising a peptide in your liver that reduces inflammation head to toe. Ice wave, we would add that if you are somebody in pain. We're talking major pain. We don't want people living in pain. And I love that this is drug free, non-addictive. There's no side effects with it, but it is a two-patch system and we can help block some pain. The other one, if somebody is dealing with pain or not, I love to add the Alavita at night when they sleep because we're decalcifying the pineal gland. That's a fountain of youth trigger. Tells the body to start producing collagen again. Hyaluronic acid, part of why Karen has all that hair in her smoothing skin is because of this beautiful patch. And it really helped my brain a lot and brought back my melatonin so I could sleep. We love that one. These are normally $79.95 for 30 patches at retail. And again, we love to help you get them for about $50, $49.95. And we have a large selection of patches. We will customize a pack for you based on what your health issues and goals are. So just know it's not just the few we're talking about, but we want to keep it pretty simple tonight just to give you an introduction. And then we love to help build these wholesale kits. I call this like Costco shopping, right? Instead of paying retail, let's just get you enough product to elevate things in your body to notice change rapidly. And it does take some time, like Karen was saying, but with time and the right combination, you'll be amazed. So for one person, $295, we're going to be able to get you about 5 different packs. In the advanced, we love for like a couple or a family, you get double the product, but not double the price. They're really giving you one pack complimentary here in that one. And then the premium, that would be somebody looking to use a lot of patches or share with a lot of people they care about. Maybe they have a practice or retail outlet that's giving you the lowest unit cost. But we really want to stress you need to order one of the X39 every month for one month for every decade you are old. So if you're in your 60s, 6 months. And the beautiful thing is we can set this up on a subscription. It will come to you monthly. You don't have to think about it. Or we can get you a maintenance pack where we get you like 3 months supply at one time. And it's just a really great way to purchase. And then you always get the wholesale pricing going forward. Coming out this summer, we cannot wait. We cannot say enough good about when you suspend a photon, so that's light, in water bound by hydrogen. The world's first ever light infused water machine. And it will be available to those of us in the company starting in July. The results on this, they're still in clinical trials and everything is off the charts, blowing minds. A gentleman who'd been bedridden for 2 years, very older man, up and out of bed in a couple hours of drinking his first glass of water. It is regenerating the body very rapidly and works beautifully in synergy with these patches. And Joy, Cami, and I are quite passionate about sharing this. So we're here every Monday and Tuesday night at 6 p.m. Pacific time. And on Tuesday nights, we will do a second little session after our question and answer on our deep dive topic tonight and why you might think the patches are not working. And I'm going to help you understand the timeline and what that looks like. But then our friend Marcy on Wednesdays at 4 p.m. Pacific, she does another one. And if you brought a guest tonight or you are a guest, would you please put your name in chat? We're going to enter you to win some patches. But you might be asking, gosh, what do I do next? Well, number one, we want to get your questions answered. So we're going to answer those in just a minute. And you'd always get back with the person that invited you here tonight to have them help you place your order. Or Joy or I are happy to assist you as well. And we'll help them certainly be aware and get credit. But we always want everyone starting with the X39, the X49 for 90 days. And just then begin enjoying an enhanced quality of life and choose to feel young again. It is an option, and it doesn't have to be that we have to go down Mother Nature's health decline. And we always encourage people to invite a friend because this is really sharing the gift of health. It really is priceless. And due to FDA regulations, the company cannot advertise, but they will give you a thank you check if you do share with somebody who purchases. That can help pay for your patches or whatever you might like to buy and use that money for. But this is the fastest growing direct marketing company in America for the second year in a row for a really good reason. And, those thank you checks, they can add up to become maybe even your dream life. But we like to say, begin living younger today. It all starts with that X39 and harnessing the power of your light. So at this time, I'm going to stop sharing and we'd like to answer any questions you might have. And just as a reminder, I'm going to stop the recording. We'd like to remind you we're here on Mondays and Tuesdays at 6 p.m. Pacific. Thanks for joining us, and please do stay on for our deep dive if you'd like more insights.